For the past several days, we've been very impatiently waiting for Elon Musk to reveal the next part of the Twitter files. After we saw the Hunter Biden bombshell, well, now part 2 is a nuclear bomb, because what Bari Weiss has exposed with access to all of Twitter's internal files, internal reports, everything that was going on, we now know that conservative voices, that right-wing voices were being censored on the platform. Even though Twitter tried to tell us, no, shadow banning, that's not a thing. We wouldn't do that based on political stances. Everybody with a working brain knew that it was happening. Well, now we have the proof. Latest Twitter files reveal secret suppression of right-wing commentators. And this is not just random Joe Schmo that throws a crazy idea out there on Twitter. No, these are some of the biggest voices in the conservative movement. These are some of the biggest accounts on Twitter that Twitter was actively doing their best to silence, just like we knew all along. And we're going to read this entire thread from Bari Weiss. It might be a little while, so bear with me. We're going to get through it. It's like a 30 tweet thread, but I think it's important to go through most of this. Thread, the Twitter Files Part 2, Twitter's secret blacklists. A new Twitter Files investigation reveals that teams of Twitter employees built blacklists, prevent disfavored tweets from trending, and actively limit the visibility of entire accounts or trending topics, all in secret without informing users. Twitter once had a mission to give everyone the power to create and share ideas and information instantly without barriers. Along the way, barriers nevertheless were erected. Take, for example, Stanford, a doctor from Stanford, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, Bhattacharya, who argued that COVID lockdowns would harm children, which anyone, again, with a working brain could tell that. A big reason why we should not have locked down the way we did for COVID. Twitter secretly placed him on a trends blacklist, which prevented his tweets from trending. No, you are not allowed, sir. You are not allowed to have a tweet that trends because we're scared of what you're saying. Or consider the popular right-wing talk show host Dan Bongino, who at one point was slapped with a search blacklist. So no, not only should you not trend, you shouldn't be able to search for this person. Are you kidding me? Twitter set the account of conservative activist Charlie Kirk to do not amplify. Imagine how much bigger some of these people would have been if Twitter wasn't holding them back. Twitter denied that it does such things. In 2018, Twitter's Vijaya Gad, then head of legal policy and trust, and Kevin Beckpour, head of product, said, "We do not shadow ban, and we certainly don't shadow ban based on political viewpoints or ideology." I think Elon Musk has the receipts there. Twitter exists to serve the public conversation, enabling important discussions around the world. Favoring one specific ideology or belief goes against everything we stand for. Yeah, bull fucking shit. What many people call shadow banning, execs and employees call visibility filtering, or VF. Multiple high-level sources confirmed its meaning. Think about visibility filtering as a way for us to suppress what people see on different levels. It's a powerful tool. VF refers to Twitter's control of a user over visibility. It's used VF to block searches of individual users, limit the scope of a tweet's discoverability, to block select users' posts from ever appearing on the trending page, and from inclusion in hashtag searches. All without users' knowledge. Never have they admitted this. In fact, they've done the exact opposite. They told people this wasn't happening. Now, I wonder if there could be some sort of investigation, some lawsuit into that, because you never told people that you would do anything like this. Maybe people that with much bigger legal minds than myself will be able to answer some of those questions. Let's continue. We control visibility quite a bit, and we control the amplification of your content. And normal people do not know. Multiple Twitter employees confirm this. The group that decided whether to limit the reach of certain users was the Strategic Response Team Global Escalation Team, SRT-GET. It often handled 200 cases a day. But there exists a level beyond official ticketing, beyond rank and file. This is Site Integrity Policy Escalation Support, SIP-PES. Maybe sit piss. It's what most of those people can fucking do. This secret group included head of legal policy and trust, Vijaya Gad, and global head of trust and safety, Yoel Roth, who we will get to in a second. Subsequent CEOs, Jack Dorsey and Parag Agrawal, and others. This is where the biggest, most politically sensitive decisions get made. Think high follower accounts, controversial. There would be no ticket or anything. No record of them doing this, simply them deciding to silence people. And now we get to Libs of TikTok. Gets very interesting here, doesn't it? All these people that want to deplatform someone who is simply reposting videos of liberals exposing themselves as some of the most disgusting, vile degenerates on this planet. One of the accounts that rose to the level of this scrutiny was Libs of TikTok, an account that was on the Trends Blacklist and was designated Do Not Take Action Without Consulting Sip Piss. The account, which Shea Ratchik began, I can never pronounce her name. Chea Ratchik, I don't know exactly. Libs of TikTok, I'm sorry. You probably didn't want to get doxxed in the beginning, but now your name's out there and I can't even fucking pronounce it. I'm sorry. Began November 2020 and now boasts over 1.4 million followers, was subject to 6 suspensions in 2022. Each time, she was blocked from posting for as long as a week. Twitter repeatedly informed her she'd been suspended for hateful conduct. But an internal memo after her 7th suspension, the committee acknowledged Libs of TikTok has not directly engaged in behavior violative of the hateful conduct policy. They admitted that she is not violating Twitter rules. They just wanted to suspend her. They just wanted to silence her over and over and over again. And I do think Elon Musk also had a reply to this somewhere. Oh, right here, Yoel Roth. Former head of censorship at Twitter was perhaps not entirely unbiased. The "you are not the right kind of feminist" backlash to yesterday's marches has begun. Did we learn nothing from this election? Yes, that person in the pink hat is clearly a bigger threat than the actual Nazis in the White House. Thank you, Elon. Yoel Roth, one of the people who was very instrumental in trying to censor Libs of TikTok. But let's keep going. The committee justified her suspensions internally by claiming her posts encouraged harassment of hospitals and medical providers by insinuating gender-affirming healthcare equivalent to child abuse or grooming. Compare this to what happened when she herself was doxxed by Taylor Lorenz, that disgusting human being, on November 2022. I think that was November of 21, right? I think it was in 2021. I believe so. A photo of her home with her address was posted in a tweet that garnered more than 10,000 likes. When she told Twitter her address had been disseminated, Twitter support did nothing. Even though it went against the rules, even though it went against terms of service. They're censoring her time and time again. They're censoring Libs of TikTok. But when she's actually doxxed, they take no action. Right here, we received the reported content. We didn't find it to be in violation. Wow. In an internal Slack messages, Twitter employees spoke of using technicalities to restrict the visibility of the tweets. Here's Yoel Roth directly in a message. Let's see what she says. A lot of times, SIs use technicality spam enforcements as a way to solve a problem, which again isn't a problem per se, but it keeps us from addressing the root cause, which is our safety policies, need some attention. 6 days later, in a direct message, Roth requested more research to support expanding non-removal policy interventions like disabling engagement and de-amplification. Shadow banning. We need more shadow banning, Yoel Roth says. Roth wrote, the hypothesis underlying much of which we've implemented is that if exposure, i.e. misinformation, directly causes harm, we should use remediations that reduce exposure and limiting the spread visibility. He added, we got Jack on board, Jack Dorsey, you liar, with implementing this for civic integrity in the near term, but we're going to need a more robust case to get this on our repertoire of political remediations, especially for other policy domains. So they basically convinced Jack to do it for election stuff. It's kind of what that says, but it wasn't permanently for everything. There will be more. The last couple tweets are just saying, hey, Matt Taibbi is going to do the next one. I'm sure everybody will be anxiously awaiting what Matt Taibbi has to say. A day, 2 days, 3 days, who knows? Twitter Files Part 2, an absolute bombshell, confirming everything we've known. That Twitter has actively been deboosting and censoring and hiding conservatives, people on the right, people who aren't on the far left, whatever you want to call it, whatever descriptor you have for that. We all knew it was happening. Now we have the proof. A smoking gun, a bombshell, a nuclear bombshell. And Elon Musk is the man who's making it all possible. Let me know your thoughts about all this in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.